Aloha mai kako, Kyola Mau now with your weekly rhythm, the extended version. So, this is a really interesting week. We have clusters of you know what simultaneously having a the opposite effect where things are coming together. Things are coming apart, things are coming together. Things that are coming apart are things that actually do not align. So the concept of co-resonance really starts to come into play. It's always been there, yet man, this week is it cranked up. And so things, people, places, processes that do not match the frequency that we are at begin to fall apart. It actually goes from a place of attraction into repelling those things, those people, those activities, those opportunities. On the opposite side of that spectrum, we have that resonant frequency that we are emitting, that we are operating at, and that's sort of the sum total. It's not like a single frequency that we're always at. The sum total in all aspects of life attracts other things into our sphere, into proximity, into our everyday life. And so as these things are happening all at the same time, things to really look at is coming back into what we've already built a foundation for, and that is something that's going to create then the capacity for a framework. And that framework then allows us to create something functional in our lives, and that allows us to invite new friends in. And so put differently, the deeper aspects of ourselves, which is the foundation that we're talking about, in this case a foundation of our genius, our energetic patterns, our intuitive talents, our core values, and our transferable skills, then translate to establishing something that is effectively our legacy. Now, we are putting it in. Right now, it's kind of bare bones. However, it is functional enough in that it provides a shelter, or in this case, provides something that we can begin to work with. Now, as that happens, the collective aspect, which is where our friends come into play, starts to really become more of a thing, in that we are starting to rearrange, almost like shuffling a deck of cards, the people who are part of our lives and some who are new. They were probably always a part of that quote-unquote deck or within our collective sphere. However, it just hadn't presented the opportunity in terms of actually being able to relate, to connect. And as all of this happens, though, that resonant frequency that we're operating at is going to really shift. Things are going to get real dynamic for each and every one of us in this, the emergence stage of our process. Now, we're largely in between the emergence, where different aspects of us really come up, begin to surface, kind of like carbonated bubbles from a seltzer water. It starts to come up to the surface and we're able to see it. At the same time, we want to make this a practice. The process of our presence now becomes our personal practice. And so we want to make these parts of us much more integrated. We want to create a discipline around these different pieces, intuitively, physically, whatever it is that we are working with and dealing with in our own self-expression, aka our genius. So this week, lots happening. Take time to really look around you and take a moment to see, or to feel, to experience what that says about your own resonant frequency. 2, I'd say really be aware of who it is you are finding yourselves drawn to and who is just naturally being drawn to you. Thirdly, also just take a moment to see what it is that you want to really focus upon integrating. One thing a day. Do one new thing a day that helps to reaffirm and to support you in your own personal process. That's it for now. Love it, aloha. Take care, and ahui ho.